What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition, the final live edition of 2023 of Lyles Figure Files. So glad to see everybody on this Thursday. A lot of y'all in the chat. I hope we've got an interesting topic to discuss because I'm excited about this one. But let's see who all is here. Blake Tarpley, Jeff, last live of the year. Hope you are well. Happy New Year. Man, I should have brought the whole thing out here, the Happy New Year's hat, the blower, and did the whole Happy New Year's thing. But I want to do it live, but maybe I can do one right before the end of the year. Hope you're doing well too, Blake. 80s kid from the 90s. Jeff, the best line of the year is G.I. Joe Classified series. Only G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe. Yo, Joe. Blake, Got Mutton Junkyard delivered this week, and Marvel Legends Vision arrived today, both from Amazon. Blake, I am so jealous. Those are two I really want. And I didn't even know Mutton Junkyard were out already. That's crazy. Hopefully, I checked Amazon like right after you told me you got yours coming, and they're like sort of in their phony sold out status right now. Hopefully, they'll be back soon because definitely got to get Mutton Junkyard so I can then reenact the Revenge of Cobra sequence minus the Cobra uniforms where they're getting hit by that sandstorm. I can have Shipwreck use his custom little rig here. This is what I made from the Classified series one of my action figure barbecue. Put me hip to this. You take the anchor weight or whatever and just use one of those little ties that tie the G.I. Joe Classified series figures in there, and you've got Shipwreck's thing. It'll hold on right to his belt, to his loop. It works out just fine. But I'm jealous. I need Mutton Junkyard, and I definitely need an id scale, not super scrawny version of Vision. Robert's Infinite Realms. Hey, Jeff. Happy early New Year. Hope you're well. Robert, I'm doing good, my friend. I hope you're doing fine too on this fine Thursday. Kindred 1998 says, had they done any of the Von Erichs' figures? And then they can't do the dad because the character he portrayed, I'm thinking. It looks like Tom Finn 2018 actually answered you. So Mattel did Carrie and Kevin in the Legends Elite line, but I'm sure they're heck of expensive now in the secondary market. Ditto for the Power Town Carrie that came out earlier this year. So they just released one just like a couple days ago when Iron Claw was getting put out. They had a very special edition version of Carrie Von Erich, and if you can actually still get them right now. So here's this one. It's called the Diamond Collection Limited Edition Carrie Von Erich. So here you go. And $55, definitely not cheap, but they've got that really cool feature where you can pay 4 installments interest free, $13.75 with shop pay. So he's not too bad. And that works out a lot better for those guys. And he doesn't really seem like he comes with a whole lot. Comes with that very cool booklet. And I guess this is his 2 daughters here in the insert. Excuse me. That's a really cool touch. In an all white outfit. I don't remember him wearing this white too often, but I mean, with the whole, I've been trying to tell my wife about the story of the Von Erichs and how amazing and how cool it was to follow these brothers. And then my outrage that Chris Von Erich is not in the movie. She did not care. She gave me that glazed over look like, what are you talking about? But I was like, they don't have Chris in the movie. This is an outrage. How did they have time for Lance Von Erich, but no Chris Von Erich? But anyway, so this is the Carrie that is available right now. So if you're interested, I'd recommend buying them. Those figures are pretty cool. So definitely, if you're into the Von Erichs, that's the way to go. I was a little bit disappointed that series 2 of their Legends line didn't have Kevin. More specifically, didn't have David, because I need a David Von Erich figure in my collection. And the way they've been doing, adhering to scale, I was really looking forward to a tall David Von Erich to pair with Carrie to go against, I guess, my Mattel WWE Freebirds. But, we'll make it happen. And hopefully we'll get a David and Kevin in 2024. And Tom Finn says they could do Fritz. He dropped that gimmick long ago before he actually retired. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I mean, they could just have old man Fritz when he's fighting Gary Hart, where he's fighting King Kong. What do they call him? Big Daddy Bundy, and one man gang where he's got the long hair and the red and black singlet. So I don't think there'd be a problem with him. Ryan, happy New Year, all. Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. Yeah, yeah, Ryan. We're all jealous of Blake. He's sit up here, got Mutton Junkyard already, got Vision phasing through people, hanging out, actually taller than Scarlet Witch for a change. That's exciting. Kidred, I got my first hot toy, Bo Katan Chris from The Mandalorian. It's something I'm very happy to have in my collection, dude. Oh man, when you start going into the hot toys, it is like, yeah, there's every other line, but then there's hot toys. And I'm excited because tomorrow I'm getting my in-game Thor and he's arriving, and I'm very excited about that to have him little bit chunky Thor coming in, and I've got Captain Marvel. I've got him now from Endgame. Trying to decide. I feel like I have to get Captain America next, and not just because I'm rocking a Captain America hoodie, but I feel like I got to get him next because that's like the first one that really does it. The cool chainmail that he's rocking in it, and I mean, it's that big moment on your left. I'll never stay down. I mean, it's just, dude, I'm so hyped. And I gotta watch Infinity War and Endgame sometime over the next few days because I'm really hyped up about it. So really looking forward to getting him. And Sideshow has a good sale going on right now. So if any of the rest of you are interested, I think it's a 25 or 35% deal. So along with their installment plan, you can really take advantage. And I definitely saw some Star Wars, not Black Series, but some Star Wars Hot Toys figures in that mix as well. Kendra, you got it for Christmas. That's an awesome Christmas present. JT the Grind, what's up, man? Hope everyone had a great Christmas. Mine was fantastic. And of course, some of y'all are already doing it, but please put in the chat what y'all got. If you guys celebrated Christmas, what you get for Christmas presents. What did Santa bring you? For me, my brother got me the Masters of the Universe Clawful, the new Eternia. I love how they're changing up the mythos just slightly, little new tweaks to them, giving us really cool updated designs. That's really fun. I can't wait to get more of these figures going into 2024. Maybe I'll do another episode of what we're looking forward to the most next year. Maybe I'll do that for Saturday. Who knows? Maybe I'll do another live or special weekend live. We'll see what happens. So I got that, and I got the Python Patrol Vipra. So that's cool. I got two figures from the line. I got another Python Patrol figure. So now I'm just missing the Trooper and the Televiper. So I'm really rolling with that. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going to find them because my targets pretty much wiped out. All they had was Copperhead, Tiger Force, Dusty, Flint, and Vipra. Nobody else, no buzzers, no rippers, no anyone else on the shelf. So it might be a while before my stores get restocked with new inventory. Because right now it's a ghost town. The only thing I saw was a little tumbleweed blowing through the aisle. Snake Eyes, hello. Omega 579. Hope you have a healthy new year right back at you. Thank you so much. Hoping for a good 2024 and especially hanging out with you fine folks all throughout the year. Afton Child is here as well. Hey, Jay Woods, there is absolutely no chance that I would ever be wearing a Dallas Cowboy jersey. And yes, my Niners got boat raced this Christmas. That was the only thing wrong with Christmas. My Niners forgot to show up. They decided to give a victory to the Ravens in the form of 5 interceptions. An overall kind of shoddy play, but that's fine because we only have to worry about the Ravens if we see them in February. And right now, we've got the Commanders, we got the Rams in the NFC on the docket. That's the priority. So 5 more wins. That's all I need to be really happy. So let's keep it going. But no, never Dallas Cowboy. I wouldn't even make that bet. Make it roll. Hola, Jeff. What's up, man? How are you? Tom, oh, cool. Jeffrey has a Cowboys hoodie. No shot. There we go. Let me do this so I can. Maybe I should just sit like this the entire rest of the show to make my allegiance fully clear. Pledge allegiance to Cap, not to the Cowboys. Jamelin Parks, what it do though? Yeah, Pulse still says January 15th for Mutt and Junkyard and February 1st for Vision as soon as you place that order. Good news, your order is shipping early. Now, one thing that's coming just a few more days from now at this point is the Black Series Star Killer. So I'm very excited to get him. And I'm going to try to do a better job of keeping up with which figures actually came out in 2024. 2023 is a bit of a mess. Like, wait, did this come out in 2022? 2021 or 2018. I have some figures that are long in the tooth to get reviewed and put up on the site. Savage Land. Happy New Year, fam. Mutton Junkyard in my possession soon. Jajo all the way. Savage Land has an awesome, ridiculously massive army building video where he's rearranging his blues and greens and blue and reds. You got to check it out. It's really cool. There's so many army builders. I'm intensely jealous. But check it out. Savage Land does good stuff with his G.I. Joe classified series content. James Green, what's up, good people? What's up, Jeffrey? What's up, James? How are you tonight? Daniel Ruiz, yo, Jeff, how are you? Doing awesome. Hope you're good. I just left Movie Trading Company when I got the notification for the stream. I have the new Mando from Book of Boba Fett. Oh, that's cool. How do you like that figure? Because that is definitely one that I'm like, oh man, that's going to be my main display Mando at this point. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do because, that's the sucky thing as collectors. When we get new figures or we get an updated version, it's not like we can go, hey, Toys for Tots, here's a perfectly fine figure that just so happens to not be in the package. I know you all are all men on card collectors, but sorry, we can't give this figure to you. So I wish there was a way we could do that, like a not even lightly used, because all we're really doing is posing and putting them on the shelf, and there you go. So I wish there was an outlet for it, but that Boba Fett Mandalorian really looks like he's going to be front and center of my Mandalorian display. Omega 579 got Mutton Junkyard on Christmas Eve. Y'all were doing it up pretty well to get those so soon. Snake Eyes says I finally got the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, but it looks like I need to find a new Nintendo Switch. That's no good. 80s kid. Hey, what's up, James Green? What's up? Afterchild finally got my game Avatar Frontier because I fixed my pre-order. Cool. And got the collector edition. And I love the statue and I love the game. Nice. Chamberlain Park says, what's up, Sam? Oh, I mean, Jeff. Sorry, I'm gonna stick you for Sam Wilson for a second there. I don't have Red Wing on my shoulder, just hanging out. Speaking of which, we do need the classic Falcon for our 1980s version for Marvel Legends in 2024. Book it, make it happen, Hasbro. Stacy Hatch, what's going on, Jeff? Absolutely love that Captain America hoodie. I love it too. I mean, the colors are just popping here on the screen here, and it's like, make sure y'all can all see here. It's awesome. It's got the whole thing, and it zips up, so that's pretty cool. And of course, hoodie hand pouch, so it's all good there. Northern Nomad, hey, Mr. Lyles, what's up, man? We're all fam here. We can just be on first name basis. I can call you Northern. You can call me Jeffrey. Let's do it up. Badger Wolf Prime, what's up, man? Greetings, Jeff. Greetings, Plastic family. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Good to see you back on here with us. Tom Finn says, yes, that's Holly and Lacey, Carrie's daughters in the insert. I thought so. I thought I recognized Lacey back from her time in TNA with the beautiful people. There we go. I had to put the fan on. Northern Nomad. I saw the Iron Claw last weekend. I liked it. I'm curious. I was hoping you would say I loved it. I'm hearing really good things though, and I watched Maestro, wrote my review up, and I'm like, these Oscar movies are getting on my nerves already. It's way too early in the season, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Iron Claw after I get over my whole lack of Chris Von Erich. Ryan says, I told myself I wasn't going to collect the Studio Series Dinobots. Now I have half of them, and I have no idea how I'm going to acquire Grimlock for less than 200. Oh, that's terrible. I didn't realize he was going for that much. That's not good. I actually just saw Slag today. It was Slag. Where's the Snarl? Whichever the one is with the really small head. I just saw him. Let me see. Which one do I have? I have Sludge. I have Grimlock. And I have Snarl. One of my buddies is holding them for me. So, yeah, I just need Swoop. And I guess whichever one I'm blanking on. but Grimlock being 200 is not, excuse me, is not good. I haven't seen him in the circuit in a long time, so hopefully you can track him down because he's a really great figure. Matthew Matson, what's going on? Evening, all. How are you tonight? 80s skipping the 90s. Best figure of the year is Cobra Dreadnought Ripper. I saw your video. I feel like every time you get a new G.I. Joe Classified Series figure, that's your figure of the year. And I can't be but so mad at you. But yeah, Ripper, Buzzer, General Hawk, Helix, that whole wave is great. So I could understand why you'd be down with them. Badger Wolf, oops, Battle Sideshow had 20% off. Django Fett had to order him as belated Christmas present to myself. I saw that, and I'm always, that's my thing with Sideshow. It's like they have these really great deals, and it's like, okay, which Hot Toys figure will I be committing to for the next few months? Because I don't have the random money, just bam, here's a Hot Toys figure. So it's like very carefully figuring out which one I'm gonna get, and then oh man, how many months has it been, or how many weeks has it been since this Avengers in-game figure went on for sale for a discounted price? Will it come back, or should I go ahead and grab this Star Wars figure? I just rewatched in 4K the Mandalorian episode where Luke shows up, and I'm like, oh man, that's right. I still need to get Mandalorian. I still need a Bo-Katan. I still need a Cara Dune Hot Toys. Yeah. But I definitely need to get a Mandalorian Luke. So there's a lot of those figures, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm getting to y'all. I just have to finish what I started with the end game. And I don't know how deep I'm going to go with that. For sure, I want to try to track down a cheap Black Widow and Hawkeye, either version. I think I want to get Hulk just so I can have a complete original Avenger squad. Like I said, I've got Captain Marvel sitting waiting for me to open her up and free her from the plastic prison. There are a few more I want to get, but I don't know if I need to get everyone. Like, I'm not getting that massive War Machine figure. I don't really care about that armor anyway, but there's a lot to get. And Django Fett was a really cool price point for that amazing looking figure. JT the Grind. I was able to pre-order that new Hot Toys Spider-Man to go along with the comics Hot Toys Iron Man. Nice. That was really good. Jay Wood says, wishing all the best for happy and healthy 2024, everyone. Same to you, Jay. Make sure to check out Jay's YouTube videos because he sets up a massive Marvel Legends display, and it is so cool listening to the narration and him breaking down why he chose different figures to go in different parts of his collection in the display. And it's really fun checking out where he's going with all that stuff. So make sure to check his out too. My parents got Chrysanthemum, nice. And my uncles got me Migs Mayfield, Ahsoka from Rebels, and Talon from McFarlane. My mom got me Mario Wonder on the Switch. Side note, I finished the controller BAP. It's fire. Daniel, it is a really cool Build-A-Figure. And it's one of those where I thought it was just going to be a rehash of that Thanos figure, but they actually put a lot more work into them. I love the fact that they actually are switching out parts for these Build-A-Figures. So it's not just the standard stuff. We're getting swappable hands. And I really liked his colors. They just popped. And I really like that Build-A-Figure. And that's why I'm kind of, when people are going, oh, I don't want these Build-A-Figures, I'm like, but we're missing out on these really cool, relatively easy figures for them to do, like Puff Adder, like the controller, where it's just there's a little bit of tweaks to it here and there, and bam, we got a new figure. And those are two of my favorite recent ones we've gotten from Hasbro. So I want to see them keep those rolling and not just go, here are all the figures, here's 6 figures in a 2-pack. And that Hulk is probably the size of a builder figure anyway, but I just want to see them keep doing that, not doing so many retro cards and random cartoon series packs so we don't get more Build-A-Figures. That's the cheapest and easiest way to get that stuff rolling. Tom Finn says, got the Storm Collectibles Taki, Soul Calibur, thank you. Mai from King of Fighters 98, nice. And the Loose Collector She this past weekend. Haven't opened Taki and Mai yet, but very happy with She. That is cool. I saw that Mai was already up. I'm like, darn it, I still need to get Kano and Andy's coming out real soon too. Or is that Terry? Terry's coming real soon. So lots to get here. Matthew, my mud is on the way. Got a bunch of NECA gargoyles for Christmas. Oh, that's cool. My brother got the armored Xanatos one, and he was excited about that. I'm really trying to peer pressure him into getting the whole whole assortment of them because they really look cool. And he is a longtime Gargoyles fan. I'm like, come on, join us in this full-fledged action figure fiasco. Excuse me. Yeah, it was a wild cough there. Excuse me. Daniel says, me personally, I'll take the variants like the Boba Fett Mando and the Mines of Mandalore Mando. I like having the scene specific figures. I just wait for a sale for those figures. You've got to do that with these figures because, excuse me, 25 bucks. And I feel like G.I. Joe Classified Series is the only one where I'm going 25. Okay. Yeah, I see all these cool accessories you're putting in. It's worth it. And then we get the occasional Marvel Legend figure like Black Widow, like Spiral, where it's like, yeah, okay, clearly worth 25 there. But yeah, for a lot of the Star Wars figures, you definitely have to wait on the sale. Matthew says Iron Claw and Godzilla minus one of the best movies of the year. Now that is a strong claim. I haven't seen either one, so I'm excited to hear more excitement for Godzilla minus one and Iron Claw. I feel like most people who've seen it are really digging Iron Claw. Phantasm Wolves says, happy holidays, Jeffrey. Hope you had a good holiday. Mine was very good. Had a good Christmas. Got the Ultimate Edition Triple H 2000 figure. Should have done that with my water bottle. I had it right here. Also excited for the future Briscoe Brother figures and TNA with Power Town. Yeah, I forgot to mention that whole deal. I am very curious to see what Power Town does with TNA. I think that's a really good marriage for them. And it kind of makes that Brian Myers figure more useful because they're going to pair him up with more TNA figures. I'd also love for them to do a retro style TNA so we can get old school classic versions of Kazarian, the Motor City Machine Guns, Eric Young, to get some more Team Canada action. That'd be great. We have Scott D'Amore there anyway. So I would really love to see them go as old school as they can without having Jeff Jarrett. It's a major loss. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. I guess Christopher Daniels is still off the books too. So there's a lot of TNA stars in WWE and AEW, but they still have enough that they could actually do a nice old school lineup, and I would get them. Jay Woods says, anyone see Aquaman 2? My cousin's the only one I know, and he said he probably should have spent the day at work instead of going to see the movie. Richard Garcia, God bless and happy holidays, Jeff, and the community. Thank you so much. Hope for the same for you as well. I hope you have an awesome 2024. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Some of my friends saw Aquaman, said it was okay, not great. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's like, I wish it were just good. But I mean that was a lost cause by the time it arrived in theaters because the DCU was done. Robert says, I got Buzzer, Ripper, and Shockwave. Buzzer can cut around corners with that chainsaw. That is awesome because those guys are great. I'm really confused why we got two of the three original Dreadnoks. I don't know why they didn't just put Torch out in that same set because I would have loved to have had them back to back to back on the shelf, because I'm one of those who has the boxes and has them numerical, except for the vehicles. The vehicles kind of break up the flow of the arrangements. So I have them pushed to the far left side and have all the other figures in chronological order. Tom Finn 2018 says, I thought Iron Claw was very good, but not great. Those who don't know the Von Erich saga inside and out will probably enjoy it more than those of us who do. My family enjoyed it. I think so. I'm hearing bad things about the guy they had to do Ric Flair. Heard he wasn't very good in terms of his portrayal. But I'm like, I see the trailer, like, is that guy supposed to be Bill Mercer? What are y'all doing? He's like as tall as Carrie. It's crazy. G. Bruce says, Veteran William, Fush, Yoka Skeleton, and Figura Obscura Headless Horseman are my favorite figures of 2023. Godzilla minus one, hands down, best film of the year. Jeez, that is a lot of high praise for Godzilla minus one. I definitely need to check this out. Dan Ruiz says, I always told myself that I would get a Hot Toys, it would be Ant-Man. I really want him as the Giant Man. It would be awesome for my MCU collection. It's a nice figure too. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you get him. Randall says, what's up, Randall? Got Mutton Junkyard as well as Crystar, Vision, and Power Princess in today. You guys are making me extremely jealous. I should be on a positive, happy for everybody getting all these cool figures, but that's awesome. Which one of those three Marvel Legends is your favorite? Snake Eyes. Hey Jeff, is there any new Jada Toy figures coming out? Yes, there are. Um, I don't have like the rollout of what's coming, but yeah, they've got a bunch. Street Fighter, I guess that's wave 3, or is it wave 2? Those figures are coming, so a lot of Street Fighter figures on that end, and that's basically all I'm focusing on with them, but they're really cool. Badger Wolf Prime, I'm lacking the Hot Toys ladies. I need Fennec, Bo Katan, and the armor. Excuse me, 2024 is off to an expensive start. Yeah, that's one of those deals where if they have one of their buy one or buy two, you save some. Those are really good opportunities to take advantage of the Hot Toys figure sales with Sideshow because they'll occasionally roll those out. This, of course, was the best time to do that, but they do have a good sale going on now. So if you wanted one as opposed to some of the other ones right away, definitely want to take advantage of it. 80s kid says the next legend I'm getting is 97 Wolverine. All right. You'll love him when you get him. Jamlin, dang, I didn't realize Grimlock was going for so much. I was going to suggest the Shattered Glass repaint, but even it is going for over 100. Jeez, that's expensive, expensive. Jay Woods, thanks for the shout out. Jeff, of course, Santa brought Marvel Legends Ultron and Destroyer Thor. Nice. Savage Land, to be honest, I have nothing to look forward to in 2024 but G.I. Joe and the Wolverine 2 packs. For the first time in a long time, I feel somewhat fulfilled. What does that feel like as an action figure collector? Because I'm still parched as a figure collector. I need more, and I know I shouldn't. Shout out to whoever figures out what movie that is from first. JT the Grind, Godzilla is pretty darn good. Great story. And I can't wait to see this now. Northern Nomad, Marvel Legends The Void, Bath Wave is available on Big Bad Toy Store. I think it's available on Amazon too, so you can get it all kinds of different ways. Mario C, dang, that hoodie is banging. Thank you. I'm digging it too. Sleeves. I feel like I need to get one of those replica Captain America shields so I can have that while I'm sitting doing a podcast live next time. So I might have to go track one down at Ollie's and be amazed at how hard and heavy it is while I'm sitting here hanging out talking with y'all. Tom Finn, OMG, the guy that played Flair in the Iron Claw was terrible. I feel like I mean, of all the different people you have to be bad at something, Ric Flair is not the one to have cast poorly in your film. And because he's the one where people are gonna be like, oh, I can't wait to see how Flair is. And it's like, what? That's your nature boy? It's just in the trailer, I was like, I don't know. I was pretty excited when I saw like the initial quick tease pic of the Freebirds. I was like, okay, yeah, that looks like him. But that Flair one gave me some serious, serious pause. Phantasm Wolves for TNA Power Towns. I would pay hard money for Motor City machine guns. Intrigued to see who they can and can't use. Abyss probably is a loss too. That's right. I forgot he's in the forbidden land of WWE. But man, Abyss would have been a really great figure from Power Town. And man, that's really, you hate to see when wrestlers from old school are locked up in contracts with, behind the scenes. So it's not even like we can get an Abyss figure from Mattel. It's just he's off books and we can't get him. Gail Kim versus Awesome Kong. Yeah, that would be good. And Taylor Wilde. That would be really cool. Judge Dreads, am I late for the party? No, it's still a few more hours till midnight. We're here for a while. Not that we're gonna be here for midnight, but Mario C, I'm glad I didn't pass on Grimlock. The aftermarket is crazy. Yeah, it's a shame. I hope I feel like Hasbro's Transformers team is pretty good about getting those figures back in circulation one way or the other. You may have to wait a little bit longer. Like I'm reading that they're doing a Studio Series Optimus Prime, Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. I don't know how that's gonna be any different from the other ones, but if they have like a removable slot where you can put, was it Ramjet or Dirge? So it's like he's running into them. I might have to buy it just on GP. James, I can't pretend to know for sure, but Power Town may be able to do TNA versions of some of those guys. If you notice, the recent short haired AJ Styles figures from his short WCW stint from early in his career, yeah. And I didn't get that one because I'm like, that they were a dying ship at that point. But I remember thinking AJ Styles is pretty cool, even way back then. Savage Land, the dude playing Ric Flair didn't have enough swag or flavor. Woo! I mean, how do you have an uncharismatic Ric Flair? I missed the pre-order for Sabretooth 2-pack. Matthew, I think you'll be okay. But yeah, we'll get them soon. Badger Wolf, nice Anakin quote. You are correct, sir. Nice job. Nick Fury, what's good, Jeff? Just got the new Marvel Legends Vision in hand from the Builder Void. He is nice. That is music to my ears because I feel like with each Marvel Legends Vision that Hasbro's done, they've kind of gotten a little bit closer along the lines of what I wanted. I really like the color tone, the color, the little metallic sheen we got on that retro Vision. Still way too small, and I was just like, he's so close. And this new one doesn't look like it has that same sheen, but he looks really cool. And I'm so glad they're using the biggest buck for him. Look like they finally addressed the cape situation. I wish they could figure out a way to have it laying a little bit flatter across his shoulders as opposed to the arch way so we can have that flying pose. But it's just one of those concessions we have to make. Now, it'd be really cool if they had the option where you could do a swappable cape, where you could have one where he could do the full articulation, and then one that just kind of draped along his shoulders. Maybe that's something they could add to these figures that I feel like, all right, cool, now it's worth $25. But I think for Vision and Gold and Black Panther, I'm just gonna chalk it up and grab them and not worry about some sale because Amazon may take a while for a sale. Dark Knight 29-7. What's up? Hey, Jeff, it's been a minute. Hope all is well. Just turned 50. Feeling blessed. Happy 50th. I hope you are here for 50 more years watching these live streams because that means I'll be rocking them for 50 more years. So happy birthday. Happy holidays. Hope you had an awesome birthday and you're enjoying your holidays too. Blake, Anakin. I want more, but I know I shouldn't. All right, now I'm gonna have to get real sneaky with my movie quotes. Y'all are on top of it. Jeeper, my favorite gift I got for Christmas was an X-Men zip hoodie my mother got me. Number 2 is a Star Trek Lower Decks t-shirt a buddy of mine bought me. That's cool. It's always good to restock your pop culture wardrobe, give it a little refresh. So that's cool. Which X-Men are featured on that hoodie of yours? Blake, sorry, please. Fabulous Freebirds in the beginning of Highlander was epic. Right says top 5 Cobras of 2023. 5 Ripper, 4 Snow Serpent, 3 Valkyrie, 2 Copperhead, number 1 Retro Cobra Commander, who I need to open as well. Kelly Cox, what's up? Hey everyone, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ryan Daly says top 5 Joes. Number 5 Shipwreck, 4 Retro Snake Eyes, 3 Tripwire. Don't have him. 2 Torpedo, number 1 Snow Job. I've got everyone except for Tripwire, so I need to fix that. Phantasm Wolves. If I was to pick an actor for Ric Flair, Will Ferrell would have been hysterical, especially his role from Eastbound and Down, saying, I can feel it down in my plums. I saw that on Twitter today where somebody was like, this is who they should have had play Ric Flair. So I don't know what happened. I feel like maybe anybody else would have been better based on what the response has been from whoever's playing him. Henry G, what's up, man? How are you doing? I'm doing awesome. How about you? Hope you and the fam had a great Christmas. We did. Got to hang out. Got to actually open presents on Christmas. So that was awesome. Nice change of pace from the last 2 years. So that was really cool and fun. And no trip to the hospital. So it was a really great Christmas. Judge Dreads, I got classified series Shadow Tracker. What do you think of him? I have him. I thought I had him for pre-order, so I need to get him because I think Walmart has him now, and yeah, he's a really nice looking figure that I need to get in my collection ASAP. The Browns trying to put in that work on Thursday Night Football. Whew. 80s kid from the 90s says I'm really enjoying Secret Wars is good. I told you were gonna love it. It is such a cool all out kids playing with their figures in the sandbox kind of feel. And it's such a great story. And it's just a big battle royal. And it's so much fun. So I've been part of the issue is that Flair has become a character of himself. Flair circa 84 was a lot more serious and a lot less over the top. He was. But I'm watching 87 now, and Flair is cutting some amazing promos. Snake Eyes says, "Hey Jeff, you know what I hope so for next year? Is a DC Giganta figure. Boy, we're asking a lot out of Todd on that one. We want him to make a woman, and then we want him to make a mega size figure. I would buy it, of course. And I wonder which way he'd go. Would he go old school classic Challenge of the Super Friends loincloth guy Giganta, or go with that modern suit, which just isn't as much fun? It's an Xavier Institute hoodie. Nice. School logo on the right shoulder. Let me see. Is this where we're putting the logos? Right shoulders. Yes. Xavier Institute for higher learning on back. X logo patch on left breast. Nice. Chris Daughtry. Hey, Jeff. Hope you're well. I'm doing awesome, Chris. How are you on this fine Thursday as we're ticking down to the final days of 2023? Dark Knight 297, pre-order the new Marvel Legends 2 packs. And I have my Mayfex Batman Hush Poison Ivy ready to ship from HLJ. How much did you pay for her from HLJ? I'm very curious because I do have her that I see that she is now in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. Hey, you sorry, I didn't mean to touch any nerves over there, Jeff. Trading those four interceptions. Well, I mean, I'd much rather him throw four interceptions during the regular season to an AFC opponent than in January, in February. Get that out the way, man. He's had four touchdowns, no interception game. So get that four interception game out of put that out and just hey, next steps Commanders. Beat them, beat the Rams, number one seed, rest up, and the NFC they want to see us. Savage they should never disrespect Ric Flair or Charlotte, North Carolina again. Woo! And the paperback version of Secret Wars is good too. So let's see here. Let's start into what I was going into with this episode. Of course, I have this big topic, the homework assignment, if you will, for you all. But before we do that, let's go take a look at this big new reveal from Storm Collectibles. Pre-orders now up, and this is definitely a figure that was not at all influenced by the fact that Jada Toys is working hard on Street Fighter figures. It is the Storm Collectibles Street Fighter 2 Ultra Blanka figure, and really great looking figure. And I'm excited to see this guy. He looks great. Of course, multiple portraits. Looks like he's got all the articulation you need. And I love so much posing these Storm collectible figures because it's like, oh wow, I can do this, I can do that. And it's so much of a challenge trying to pull out the moves from the game, but you can based on their articulation. Excuse me, which is really, really good on these figures. So you can see he's starting to get his crouch going. He's about to ball up, do his thing. And of course, the ultimate counter from Blanka, the shovel scoop up. Love that move. Hate it when it's being applied to me. The chop, the dreaded chop, and the big uppercut, lunging uppercut, the diving or jumping kick, the drop kick, the knee. And I love this. I mean, I think you can actually hit this pose of this figure without needing an assistance, which is always fun with these Storm collectible figures. And it's like, oh wow, I can actually pull that off. And then we got more backflips. And oh man, there we go. Then we got the bruised and battered head sculpt. That's something they're doing with all these Ultra Street Fighter 2 Final Challengers figures. The beaten down, bloody head sculpt from the loser. And you can see his eyes are popping out. That's crazy. The tongue's down, bruises all over it. They put in some serious work on this alternate face for him, and he looks beaten down and totally bruised. And crazy work on that sculpt. Just amazing. I probably won't show that too often, but it's a nice head sculpt. And then we got the electrical effect, and this is just a gift that gives so much because you can use it with this with electro figures. You can just recycle this piece all the time. So it's really great to have this in a sensible way with the Blanka figure. And that's really cool. Can't wait to do that with him. And so many Street Fighter figures now. We're going to add him to the mix, and it looks really cool. Lots of expressions, 4 different head sculpts. That's cool. And the electrical and all kinds of hands. The best part about him, he's not too expensive. He's 95 bucks. Definitely more than your typical Jada Toys figure, but I thought he was going to be like 120. So to see that he's only 95 is really cool. So I'm really happy about that. And of course, building up that Street Fighter 2 collection. Stephen Boyd, what's up, man? Good evening, everyone. Hey, Jeff, just got the Mezco Roadblock. He is fire. Low key figure of the year for me. Nice. I am really glad to hear that. Because I was, some people are saying it's a little bit too short. So I'm glad to hear you like him. Judge Dredd, so what's the better value? Storm Collectibles or Jada Blanca? Better value is totally up to you. I think in terms of having a reasonably priced figure that can pull off most of the moves, you're not going to be upset with the Jada figures. It's to me, I really love how much fun those Storm collectible figures are. They include a lot of accessories, and of course, that's just something that Jada Toys can't do because they're trying to keep them affordable. But for the Storm collectible figures, they basically go, what's everything this figure should have based on the moves that he or she does in the games, and let's make sure we include that in there. So in terms of value, I never felt after opening up and putting all the different head sculpts, the hands, that this Storm collectible figure wasn't worth it. I think if you're working on a budget and want to get like two figures for the price of one, or three figures for the price of one Storm collectible figures, Jada Toys is the way to go, and you won't be disappointed either way you go with them. Ryan, gotta go, but I hope everyone has a good weekend. Happy New Year. Get lots of great stuff in 2024. I hope you do too, my friend. Dang, I guess I catch the rest on the replay. Family time. All right, Jane, we'll see you soon, man. Kelly, that is some wild stuff from Storm Collectibles. Yes, sir. it's it's wild. They're just cranking this stuff out. Savage Land. I think I like that Storm Collectibles Blanca rather than Jada. I fell in love with Zangief last year. Actualized the superimposed size to 6-inch figures with the bigger characters. And they're fun. Zangief, I was not expecting him to have as much articulation as he did. So I was super impressed. Like, oh man, I can do everything. The lariat, of course, the spinning lariat, the pile driver, actually being able to hit that and sink him. Like, this figure is so fun. And I know I'm gonna have the same deal with him. Have a blast posing E Honda. So it's definitely gonna be the deal with him as well. Jamelin, best overall line, G.I. Joe. Best fig, probably the Snow Serpent since Snow Job was an exclusive. I'm with you on that one. You wish that those were available for everybody, but he's right there. 80s Kid, top three figures: three Raiders Indie, two Oppo, one Ripper. Judge Dredd, I agree. Either way, you can't lose. Just like Parker Lewis, they're all really, really good figures. And Snake Eye says, to be honest, Storm Collectibles and Jada's Toys does some good Street Fighter figures. They do. And you're not going to be upset. Like if you decide, I'm not going to go with Storm Collectibles, I'm going to get Jada Toys. Jada Toys is cranking out figures at a pretty quick rate, which is also a good thing. There's so many different Street Fighter games at this point that it's not like they're going to get exhausted. Oh, sorry, we're all done with Street Fighter, because now you can just do so many figures and so many options, so many different outfits and costumes that they're not going to exhaust anything with them. Speaking of more Street Fighter figures they can do, we've got the Street Fighter 2 6-inch Player 2 version of Ryu from that's an exclusive to Walmart stores. You can get it now on Amazon for, you can get it and it'll come January 9th, or fastest delivery January 2nd. So pretty much right now you can get this one. I'm very tempted to get this as opposed to the original one, even though I don't think I have a white Gi Ryu figure. I have all these different variations, so I feel like I should get the white one, but that one's a really cool color scheme, and I kind of think that's the way to go for me, just because I like the color, and Ryu is such a cool figure, and I love the blue headband, and it's a nice color scheme, and I feel like that's where I'm going to go with this figure. James, best multipack. I might have to stick with classified and say Scrap Iron or maybe Drax and Moon Dragon. You can't go wrong there. Best value, if not classified, the Masterverse New Eternia. They do put in work there. They're really solid figures. JT the Grind says, were you able to pre-order the Storm Collectibles Ryu Ken 2-pack on Big Bad Toy Store? It sold out so fast. Was unable to secure one. Right there with you. We were looking at the boat like, oh man, I wish they had made those more readily available because I would have bought them. And hopefully we'll get some more in stock for them because I feel like that is a set they need to just have so many coming through. Because I mean, if you have that, you've got people locked in who want to get into the line later, but that's the way to go with it. Just Dress is my top fig this year is Furry, Planet William, and Blade Master Wing. Lar A says Jada Toys will still likely get Dalsim out before Storm Collectibles. And how many years of a head start do they have? So many. And the wild thing was they just kept getting distracted. Here's another fighting game line that we can do, as opposed to just knocking out one of the Street Fighter lineups. So I'm definitely thinking Jada Toy is going to beat him. Ha! Love the Parker Lewis reference. I should get Evil Ryu as well since I have the street SHF Ryu on white. There you go. G says best line of 2023 for me was NECA Mirage TMNT, the 4 packs of the Turtles, Splinter, Casey, etc. Just amazing. Afton Child, Jeff, do you have Jada Toy Street Fighter Evil Ryu? No. I'm not really a fan of Evil Ryu. I mean, he's the hero of Street Fighter. I don't need his corrupted evil version. And could I get the Evil Ryu on Amazon? I believe so. Let me check real fast. Let's see. Are you available on Amazon? Let's do this. Evil Ryu. There we go. Doesn't look like you can get him from them. You can get him from Storm Collectibles. They have him for 100. Let me pull this up so everyone can see. But yeah, this is where you're getting nothing from Jada. Looks like they finally have this one in stock. The white now for almost their normal base price. So I guess having a little competition helps. Oh, doesn't look like it. Looks like that's your only way to go, the Storm Collectible ones. But in that case, I actually think the Storm Collectible figure does so much more with that figure. I mean, check out the chest, all the effects, the power red rage going like he's a Red Lantern up in here. So I really think that figure is better in terms of what you're getting and the ripped up gi. I mean, the other one is just basically a little bit of change on that. I mean, look at all this sculpted detail. Like I said, I'm not pushing one or the other, but I think in this case, the Storm Collectible is the better version to go with. Judge Dress, Jada's making Storm play catch up now, which is a good thing because Jada needed to push Storm Collectibles because they were really dragging their feet. G Brew, my favorite Joe figures of the year were Rock and Roll and Agent Helix. Rock and Roll might be my favorite of the line overall. He was a good one. Tom Finn says, what's the best basic set of the 4 Ninja Turtles to get? Domestic or import? Doesn't matter. I don't have any Ninja Turtles. I think whichever one you really want. I don't know if they're bad versions because there's so many different styles and aesthetics for the turtles that it really depends on which one you want. I think NECA has done an amazing job rolling out the cartoon series. So if that's your bag, then I would definitely recommend those because they have an extensive collection at this point. But I think the Mirage ones, when I'm seeing them walking around the shelf, they look really cool too. So I don't know. I don't think you can go wrong. Steezy Showcase. Good evening, Jeff and chat. Better late than never. Welcome on board. We're still having a party here. Bro, I love the Cobra Mole Rat. I just wish the articulation, the movement on that figure was better. It'd be better if it'd be higher if it moved better. I kind of like that figure because I feel like I kind of like having a whole Cobra zombie thing and then just a Cobra grunt drilling away in the mines. I think that figure is fun. I know some people want more articulation, but I'm pretty happy with what he has. Lar A, you're not lying about jumping line to line for Storm Collectibles. They still haven't released Katana, right? They're sitting on repaints that leverage the same mold. Are you sitting on money while disappointed fans? You're right about that one because it has been a long time. Was it Toy Fair or was it Storm or is it Comic Con where they showed off Katana? But I feel like that's been a long time. I thought in the booth they had her next to Liu Kang, so that was wild. Roberts, Rock and Roll had enough changes to be cool, but enough of the original to be recognizable. I'm with you. Judge Dredd says, hit the likes up. Thank you, Judge Dredd. Appreciate you. Tom Finn, Jada versus Storm. See how good things happen when licenses aren't exclusive. Exactly. I mean, it's just like it makes the other company work harder to keep up with their competition, and that works out best for us. 80s Kids Classified wins for best detailed action figure as well as peak articulation. There's some Mafex figures that have really good articulation too. G-Brew, favorite X-Men figure of the year for me was Mafex Magneto, and from Hasbro was Astonishing Cyclops. There's something about that Astonishing Cyclops that I wish were a little bit better. I don't know if he's too small, but there's just something that would hold him off of my top 10 list. But I'm glad you like him. Love to 2 Lions, BK. Happy holidays, LMF crew. What's up, man? Devin Bernard. I found an Origins Motu Strider at Ross for $5. They had a few good legends and classified for around $5. Good to know everyone can afford to collect great figures. Excuse me. I saw the Motu Strider too, and they had like 6. And I felt like if you missed out on stuff at Ross, they were gone the next day or 2 days later because people were gobbling those figures up. And I did a trip to Ross today, and it was sad times. It was not like the heyday of Christmas, that's for sure. Collect to disconnect. My New Year's resolution for 2024 is to stop pre-ordering and stop falling for the FOMO. It's hard work, my friend. Because sometimes it's like, I gotta get it now. Star Killer was definitely a FOMO purchase for me because I did not want to miss out on him, and very soon I'll get him. Judge Dredd, 97 Magneto is too small. You know, I thought he was too small, but he's not nearly this small size that I feared he was going to be. And he actually, let me see if I can pull up my review. I think I did him this month. Or was that November? He's actually pretty well sized up to the X-Men. Marvel Legends. There we go. Or were you even earlier? Were you October? Excuse me. Wow, I thought I just did Magneto, but apparently I did him earlier than I thought. He's a good figure, and to me, he's a really good basic comic book Magneto figure. To the fact that it's like, okay, I thought I was gonna have to hold out for another one. I know a lot of people love the Mafex version, but I'm pretty happy with the one I have. Let's see here. All right, let me try this another way. I thought I had him readily available on my thing, but let's go to the website. Pretty sure I have a nice scale photo so you can see what he looks like. Because I didn't think scale wise he looked bad. So let's see here. Pull him up. And he's pretty much the same size next to the Family Matters pack. He doesn't have the same wide torso, but in the early days of the comic book, he wasn't as buff as Jim Lee drew him either. So that's okay for me. You can see like size, height wise, they're pretty much lined up, pretty much exactly. So here's how he looks next to Cyclops. And again, back in like the Dave Cockrum, John Byrne era, he was not towering over everybody. And I thought this shows pretty well that hey, he's scaled up as good as Magneto really needs to be compared to the X-Men. So let me know what you think. I didn't think he was too small. Actually having him in hand. G-Brew, I really wish Hasbro didn't have exclusive North American rights to Marvel. I'd love to see other companies take a crack at my beloved X-Men. I mean, the Mafex figures are pretty good, and you don't have to pay too much most of the time to get those figures. I feel like anybody else who was going to do them is going to make them just as expensive. And I guess Hasbro doesn't have the exclusive rights because Diamond Select is still making X-Men figures too. Badger Wolf, Jeff, is Starkiller worth it in your opinion? I am torn. I think he's coming January 4th. So I hope to have a breakdown of him by January 6th because I'm very excited to have him in my collection. I don't know where the heck I'm going to put him. Maybe I'll put him behind. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll put him on the Revenge of the Sith shelf just behind Vader in the distance because I don't really know what I'm going to do with him. Blake, any news on the G.I. Joe Classified series Arctic Bat on Big Bad Toy Store? It says a December release. I didn't even know they had them over there. Let's see here if anybody else specifically. Entertainment Earth has them up there too. Arctic bat. Oh, well, they say February. I'm wondering. I mean, BBTS is running out of days to get that Arctic bat out there, but I'm glad to hear there are other ways to get that figure. G Bruce says my severe ADHD is such that I impulse order toys, forget that I order them, and then have to prune my pre-orders. Usually impulse buying them out in the wild later. Thanks, ADHD. Blake would love a retro costume Scarlet Witch a la first appearance in X-Men and the Brotherhood, like a really tall helmet that she's got going on. Jibru, they're on a larger scale at Diamond Select. I should have specified scale. The Mayfex X-Men are great. Matthew, I have 3 Arctic Bats months ago. I think this is the re-release for everybody who missed out on them from Amazon. So they're back out for more people to get them because it was rough. I guess people who have snow that actually lands and drops and falls from the sky didn't have to create it with this kind of stuff. My Buffalo Snow for my snow scenes can actually have their snow figures, and they bought a bunch of Arctic Bats as soon as they first started getting some snowfall. Not so here. I'm just waiting on any significant snow so I can take out my one Arctic Bat, my snow job, and my snow serpents and have some fun in the snow. Jeff, do you know when the Amazing Friends 3-pack gets back in stock at Big Bad Toy Store? I have no idea, 80s kid. That's not on my radar, so I wasn't checking to see when it was supposed to come back in stock. I didn't even know it was out of stock at this point. Let's see. A really quick search on Big Bad Toy Store will show up. Now it says it's sold out, and because it's sold out there, I don't think they're gonna have a lot more. Maybe they'll show some more later, but I wouldn't count on them again getting more with their initial stock sold out. Now, what I can check for you is to see if Big Bad Entertainment Earth had it. It doesn't look like they had it either, so sorry about that one. Medieval Alchemist. Jeff, what's up? What's going on? Finally get to a live show again. No reruns tonight. I mean, they're always new to whenever you watch it. It's just can't hang out in the chat and take part in interaction, but that's always fun. All right, so let's get into this big homework assignment I gave everybody just a few hours ago. I wanted to know, like, in passing out superlatives, yearbook style, what were your big hits for 2023? And I gave you all a bunch of categories. Best line overall. What was your favorite line to collect this year? What was your favorite figure? The best multi-pack. What was the best value for you in terms of what you picked up? And that might be a clearance figure. It might have just been a figure that was so good. It was like, I don't care how much I paid for it. This is awesome. It was great. Next up, your best high-end figure, that one that was super expensive, but really worth it for you because who cares? It was awesome. I love the figure, and it really knocked it out. Next up, best import. So what was that figure that you had to go through other retailers? Maybe just a Big Bad Toy Store. Maybe it was Hobby Link Japan. Just what are some of those options you did for that? And then your biggest surprise. What was like the shock of a figure reveal or a figure that you picked up that was like, this is amazing. I can't believe this is happening. And then what was your favorite retailer? The best one for you to constantly get stuff from. And let's make it fair. Let's go do online retailer and physical retailer that you have to go into the store to find it out. So let's see here. What do y'all got to say on that? Jibru, I live in Northeast Ohio, about 45 to 50 minutes south of Cleveland. None that we've had this year was more than an inch and didn't stick around for more than a few hours. Sadness. We had like a random freak snow storm, and it was less than, maybe it was an inch. But I was like, oh man, it's snowing. But I had to go do work. And by the time it was over, so was the snow, and it was just melted. Like, I'm melting. No snow, no fun with the Black Series snow speeder, the lone snow trooper I have. It was not fun. I want to see like a big snowfall so I can just go out and have my figures, having snowball fights, building snowmen again. I want to do that with my figures. So hopefully at some point in 2024 we get some big snow. Best line, NECA TMNT. I wouldn't argue with that one. Russell Lemieux, what's up? NECA Mirage or the Last Ronins. Also Archie Wrestling Pack in 25. GMR JR30. JMJR30. What's up? Poison Ivy being our wave. She's perfect. They did a really nice job on those figures. Randall J, best line, superpowers. Best line of the year, JoJo classified by a mile, says Medieval Alchemist. JMG, why do I always do this? GMJR30. Been happy with all the NECA Gargoyles releases. They've been really cool. Snake Eyes best line, Thundercats. So for me, the best line, this is not going to come as a surprise to you, is JoJo Classified series. Of course, no JoJo Classified series at arm's length. So I can be like, yes, like these figures. The Classified series figures are so great. I mean, it's like every time you go to the store, you open up a new figure, it's like, wow. And the price tag, like I said before, $25 for them doesn't feel so bad because there's so much value in them. And that trend definitely doesn't look like it's going to continue. I mean, doesn't look like it's going to stop. There's no imminent threat on the horizon to take this title from G.I. Joe in 2024 because we got Retro Scarlet, Duke, Rakondo coming. We've got Quick Kick, Airborne. Those are pretty good hits to last me through the first half of the year in terms of, yeah, G.I. Joe's got this year on lock. And then there's some other ones, which I'll save for another category, but there and we got the Dragonfly coming, so it's going to be another banner year. But for me, 2023, the best overall line, the one I was most excited about with all the live streams, any teases, any hints, any updates from Emily and Lenny on their and all the other crew on their Instagram pages with some teases about the line. I was all for when they had a live stream announcement. I was like, oh, okay, let me circle that on the calendar. I am here, ready for it. Let's get on with the show. So, best overall line for sure. Judge Classified series. Judge Dreads says best company, Marvel Select. Best line classified. Best figures, ran through those. Best fan channel store, Big Bad Toy Store. Best surprise, Ripper Cal Kestis. Devin says classified was awesome all year. Shipwreck was the best ever. The Blob was expensive but worth it. I don't buy imports. Gargo is a super fun. Russell Lemieux, B1 Battle Droid figure of the year. Best multi-packs is G Brew, Mirage TMNT, best figure, Veteran William, best import, Mayfex Magneto, best high-end, either Veteran William or Headless Horseman, best surprise, Figura Obscura, Jacob Marley Christmas Carol, nice. Randall G says best superhero individual figures, Nightfall, Batman, and DC Collect, Wonder Woman, and Black Widow. Good choices all around. I haven't gotten this collector Wonder Woman. I'm glad to hear you're excited about that figure. Best line, Mayfex. Cannot argue with that. Dark Knight 297. Best line of 2023. G.I. Joe Classified. Yo Joe, exactly. Laura A. Entertainment Earth, definitely best online retailer. Jeff, you're going to drop that discount code for the stream. Yes, I'll do it right this minute since you reminded me. It's not that complicated. It's like those AT&T commercials. It's really simple. It is my last name, Lyles MF. Just like that. And I think it's repeat. It's got the mirror working perfectly. That's my discount code, so you can use that anytime you go to my affiliate, Entertainment Earth. Tell them Jeff sent you, and yeah, and I know a lot of you are because thank you. That support is really great. I really appreciate you all. Ever using Amazon links, it does a lot. It's helping with the shirts and all this cool stuff, and making this channel more fun and exciting for all of you all because I'm spending a lot of time trying to figure out how to improve the video, the audio, all that great stuff. So it's not going to waste. Thank you so much. Critical Enjoyer, what's up, man? Metroid Dread Samus is the figure of the year. All right, cool. I'm loving this because you guys are pointing out figures that I might not even have had on my radar so that I can check out and see how cool these figures are. So that's a nice recommendation. Ricka. There we go. Nice recommendations. I'll check out Metroid Dread Samus. That's always cool. Judge Dreads, High Toys, best overseas. G Brew, best store online. Big Bad Toy Store, best brick and mortar. Toys Time Forgotten, Canal, Fulton, Ohio. All right, let me add that to my list of places to visit that sell figures. 80s Kid from the 90s, best multi-pack. Lightning Collection Omega Rangers 4-pack. That was a really cool looking set. Matthew, Veteran William, Fig of the Year. Classified, Best Line of the Year. Judge Dreads, Best Online Store, Amazon. Yeah, especially when all that chaos with the Batmobile was going on. People were losing their minds thinking they weren't going to get a chance to get that 1989 Batman and Batmobile. Henry G, Best Line, Classified Series. Snake Eyes, hey Jeff, do you buy SH Fig Arts? I have not in a really long time. I was getting the Star Wars figures until the Black Series started stepping their game up and started delivering figures just as good, if not better, than what Fig Arts was providing. Best import, Mayfex, Hush Nightwing. I feel like there's going to be a lot of contenders on that Mayfex front because they dropped some bangers this year. Randall G, most consistent line, WWE Legends. I definitely agree with that. And I'm enjoying that they're doing Legends in the Ultimate Edition line too, so we can supplement and get more of those figures out there. Love to see Mr. Perfect in that because I feel like they could give us multiple singlets with him, and that would be a really great way to work in some more stuff. Jay Woods, I really love what Marvel Select did with Apocalypse this year. Excuse me. Henry G, Entertainment Earth, best. There we go. Got that belch out. Excuse me. Henry G, best Entertainment Earth, best online retailer. Very good. I enjoy partnering up with them. So glad to hear that. Blake Tarpley, Amazon for getting me figures early. Marvel Legends Green Goblin's my figure of the year, modded with the Raimi Spider-Man look. Jojo classified as best line, not a big McFarlane collector, but Nightfall Batman is stellar. It really is. GMJR30, Dungeons and Dragons War Duke, most underrated figure in my top 10. I need to get that figure because I had that old school version and this one looks all the way amazing. Waiting for it to get in stock in Entertainment Earth so I can stock up a few more figures and get that shipping. But yeah, War Duke is definitely a figure on my list. Judge Dreads. I don't have best retail. I don't hunt in the wild anymore. Matthew, love Mayfex, but Mezco killed it this year also. What are your favorite figures from Mezco? GMJR30. Honorable mention, Mattel H-Men Revelations line. Love that Nightwing. I love that Joker. Randall G. Best RIP line, Indiana Jones Vintage and 6-inch. G-Brew, if you any of you are ever in Ohio, I can't recommend Big Fun Toys. I forgot Applejack's Toys, Kid Force Collectibles, Operation Phantom, Sweets and Geeks Toy. Jeez, that's a lot of toy stores I'm gonna have to visit. I just have to take a field trip to go there now. And Blake agrees with you. GMJR30. Yes, love him. Right now, he's on my shelf battling Mezco, Conan, and Red Sonja. Critical Enjoyer, an indie line without Mola Ram. What was the point? Exactly. Matthew says Conan the Conqueror. Nice. Destro and Solomon Kane. Those are really good figures. Henry G. Favorite high-end 3-0 DOU Voltron. Nice. Worst exclusive store, Wally World, aka Walmart. 80s kid. It's always tough when they have an exclusive. Judge Dreads, best figure of the year, Veteran William. It's another vote for him. GMJR30, best retail was Target. I found so many figures in the wild. They were giving away figures for under $20 before Christmas. It definitely felt that way because it was like, wow, this figure's on clearance too. All right, let me go through with some more of mine. Best figure. That was a tough, really hard one. I feel like that Batman Nightfall was really, really good. And the only reason it's not my number one is because Todd then released a shaded one that looked even better than the one that was available at retail. And I wish I could have gotten my hands on that one. Really nice figure. So that one was really good. The Flashpoint Flash. Always toot the bell for that one too. Really good figure. I think my favorite figure so far 2023, drum roll, all that good stuff, was probably the retro Snake Eye slash tie retro Storm Shadow slash old school classic vintage Firefly. Those are some of my favorite GI Joes, and I just love how cool they look. So that little massive figures, I think those would be my favorites of the year. Best multi pack, got to go with the West Coast Avengers set because I really wasn't expecting them to totally revamp that Spider Woman. They really surprised me with that figure, and I was so impressed how those figures turned out. Had so much fun shooting them. I just finished knocking them out and editing them today. You can see them on my site, Lyle's Movie Files. I'm posting them up real soon, but here is one shot of that team, and just a really cool deal. And Tiger was so much better. I love how posable she is. She can actually hit some cat poses or cat-like poses. The Iron Man and the white really provided a nice little pop to him. I mean, he's Silver Centurion, but I don't know. I mean, the white just looks better. And I just wish they could have expanded those shoulder pads even further. They did update those a little, so that was cool. Mockingbird is really great, even without the bicep articulation. Hank Pym finally get him in the red jumpsuit. I was so looking forward to getting that look. So that was really cool. So for me, that was the best multi pack. Honorable mention could go to any of the following: Captain Marvel and Doctor Doom, Cersei and Black Knight, Thor and Destroyer, Hawkeye and the Sky Cycle. Even better because I got those for clearance at Target. Let's see what you all are having to say on this end. Lefty Two Lions, BK says best figure line, JoJo Classified, best import line, Mayfex and 3-0, best retailer, Big Bad Toy Store, best 6-inch figure, Mayfex Back Armor Batman. Geez, that one came out this year too. Whew. Yeah, I got to add that one on there. Best 7-inch figure, Nightfall and Hush Batman. Really strong choices. Jay Woods, I think the Crypt Monster hide was gorgeous. That was this year too. Nice. Critical Enjoyer. I'm most hyped for Monster Force in 2024. Nice. Henry G. Favorite figure, JoJo Classified Series Rock and Roll or Marvel Legends Spiral. Also very good figures. GMJR30. Black Widow deserves some love. I thought she'd be a game changer. Not so fast. I love that figure. I mean, it is really great. I hope they just decide to scrap the old molds from basically every other female figure and just use this as their normal basic one for so many more going forward. I mean, we have our taller ones, our thicker ones. I wouldn't want to see She-Hulk using this mold, but this needs to be the basic mold for every female figure, a standard size going forward. Snake Eyes, favorite 2-pack, Deadpool and Bob. Nice. Judge Dreads, runner up McFarlane Storm Seahorse. That is a really nice looking figure. Randall G, hardest figures to find of 2023. Duplico, Miss Man, Black Mana, the Reverse Flash, best 3-pack, Superpowers Judo Master Pack. That was really cool. Henry G, favorite multi-pack, Amazon exclusive West Coast Avengers box set. Yes, it was very, very cool. Medieval Alchemist, best figure is tough. Gotta say, it's a tie between Classified Hawk and Marvel Legends Final Swing Spidey. That is a really nice one, too. Let's see Lions BK. I really want that West Coast Avengers box set, but I couldn't justify buying 4 repaints just to get Mockingbird. I get that. I feel like they actually did a lot more work, though, especially with Spider Woman. She is not just the same repaint. And I think the improvements they made are for the better. Judge Dreads, most hype for Hyatt Toys, King Ghidorah. Hopefully, I didn't completely butcher that name. Henry G, got to give an honorable mention to Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Nice. Randall G, best vehicles, Superpowers, Batmobile, Whirly Bat, and Invisible Jet. Those are fun vehicles. After Child, hey Jeff, do you think we're gonna get classic She-Hulk in her suit? I hope so. I mean, she did have a TV show that I know was very well received by a large segment of the fan base. But I'm hoping we see her because she's a Secret Wars character too. So got to get her so I can complete that lineup. All right, so me, best value. I mean, with all the clearances, I feel like everything was a great value. I guess for me, the best value was, I'm not going to go with the clearance one because I feel like that anything you got on clearance is a great value. But for me, the best value was the Drax, the Destroyer, and Moondragon 2 pack because they're charging you $50 for this 2 pack. And Drax was so super deluxe, build a figure size, and they didn't just go, let's throw out a really chump version. They put in real work for that figure. And I was fully expecting to pay like $80 for it, but to get him a really quality figure for 25 bucks to go along with a really almost perfect version of Moondragon for the DNA run, I was blown away. And I love both of those figures. Again, Moondragon desperately needed the bicep articulation, double jointed elbows, but she was really cool and nice having another addition to the DNA Guardians. And then Drax can just work with so many different factions, go along with so many time periods in the MCU. It can get displayed wherever. So I really thought that was the best value. Just a straight flat $25 for those. We've seen other sets where an Ewok is 25 bucks. So definitely getting those two figures for 50 was the best value for me for 2023. Blake says, Randall, I really wanted that Superpowers Black Mana. It was so simple and toyetic. It went too fast. Russell says, Yellow Park Megatron. All right, that's another one to write down. I haven't even known that one existed for me. Snake Eyes, best SH figure arts. Carnage, okay. Randall G says, best Transformer to me. Studio Series 86, Ultra Magnus, and Snarl. Nice. Open, dang it, open. 80s Kid says, best value. Cal Kessis, why is he the best value? Did you get him for a good price or did he come with a lot of accessories? Best value is Jada Toy Street Fighter line, says Judge Drez, especially when you compare him to the Storm Collectibles option. GMJR30 says best value was all the McFarlane Mega Figs. A Mad Blob was $55 and he feels hollow. Those Mega Figs are a pretty solid deal, especially when you compare them to some other companies with what they're doing with figures like that. Best value. Blake says anything from Ross or Ollie's. I was happy to get Bazooka for a bit cheaper at $19.99. And looking over to the shelf of where you can't see so many figures from Ross. And excuse me, to the point where Ollie's was a waste of time because, excuse me, they were getting nothing over the course of the last few months, where Ross was getting everything. I'm wondering if we're going to see Ross return to their old standards of maybe having something from back in the day. But I really enjoyed this winter season going to Ross every day and finding new stuff. That was a lot of fun and definitely great value in terms of finding, oh man, they've got this figure here. That was really fun. Randall, Blake keeps popping up, but I had to get mine out of Singapore on eBay. Okay. Lefty, Drax Moondragon was a great deal when it was on sale. That's right. It was part of their winter sale, so that was even cheaper. G. Bruce says, Veteran William was my best value. It came with an absolutely insane amount of accessories. Weapons, straps, clothes, swappable parts, just packed to the nines. Insane. Lar A, best value. Jada, Street Fighter all the way. Yes. Okay. 80s says Cal came with some good accessories and the figure itself is awesome. Let's do Lions BK special. Shout out to Target for putting the entire Avengers 60th wave on sale. Man, getting those really great quality figures for half off was like doing a victory lap in Target. And when I went there, it was like, oh, everything is on sale. And I grabbed so much stuff between the Marvel Legends, Masters of the Universe figures. I'm pretty sure I got some WWE figures. It was like everything was on sale. I was like, oh man, this isn't a prank. And you know, when I left, I had like 2 bags full. I was like,
I don't know if I felt like I saved as much as I thought I did. It's one of those deals where Target needs to have the you save this much because it was like, whoa, I did some damage on those sales. The clearance, that's always fun. I don't know what's going to be available for the winter reset because there's nothing much on the shelves right now. David Thanos' best value is when that Rock Ultimate with the $13. We had long since sold out of the Rocks at that point. Still mad about that. Atham says best value one of the 12-inch Deadpool figures. When did they do a new Deadpool 12-inch figure? Phantasm Wolves. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this past Christmas. I finally recreated the WWE ice cream bars. Found a recipe. Plan to make more in the future. Made a CM Punk one. And that's cool. I need to see a picture of that one. David says awesome when Target put those Marvel Legends 2-packs on clearance. Absolutely. Patrick, what's going on? Medieval Alchemist best value for me was Amazon sale. Got Marvel Legends Toe for $22, worth to get one more figure closer to finishing the Evil Mutants. And I got to give up a special shout out to Amazon for putting that West Coast Avengers set for $87. I felt like whatever it was, 120, I was like, yeah, it's a little bit too much, but for 87, it was yes, please, let's make that happen ASAP. So really happy to get them for a little bit cheaper. Randall, best value Macy's had the Superpowers Batmobile for $12 and the Invisible Jet for $8. That is very good. Snake Eye says best value, NECA Jason, New Blood. James Green says, hey crew, does anybody get stuff from 5K Toys? I picked up some figures from them. I don't. Tom Finn says best value, Marvel Select, Mr. Fantastic, and Invisible Woman. Okay, Jada Street Fighter was better, but I like the Fantastic Four much more than Street Fighter. GMJR30, GameStop deserves a retail mention that they had so many grails on hand. Plus, member discounts, those are definitely key. Judge Dredd's most surprising figure was Marvel Select Blade for his accessories. I'm gonna have to go back through and see all of these recommendations you guys have because it seemed like a lot of stuff. Best high-end figure. I guess I'm gonna have to play a little fast and loose with this one because they're all pretty much from the same one. So for me, the best high-end figure was a cyborg Superman from Mayfex, and just getting an amazingly articulated figure from one of my favorite all-time comic book storylines. And he is so well done and pairs so nicely with my best import figure, which is the Steel Mayfex figure. And I love the fact that he's taller than Superman and the cyborg Superman. So it's really cool having more of this come together and seeing that we're going to get Superboy and the Eradicator pretty soon into 2024 for Mayfex time frame. But getting all those figures next year is going to be really cool. So I'm really excited to complete that storyline for the main ish characters. Still need Green Lantern, still need Mongol and Supergirl Matrix version. So we got a little bit more work to do, but those are the core ones. So I'm really happy to see them getting into the line. LTT Lions BK, best Transformer, all of Studio Series 86, especially Dinobots and Ultra Magnus. Best new line, Jada Street Fighter 2. Agreed with that one. GMJR30 says Marvel Select Vision and Iceman are top tier. All right, cool. Let's see here. Well, biggest surprise for me, this was easy. It had to be when the Classified Series team revealed the Vamp. And then they said it's not going to be a HasLab, and it was under $100 because I had in my mind, all right, this is going to be a little bit expensive, not as expensive as a Dragonfly, but it's going to be up there. And the fact that it came in so much lower and was like, oh shoot, you guys are making this happen. We got Clutch, and that basically dropped the price of the Vamp down to $75. I was like, oh, this is on. And that just opened the floodgates to me from all the medium-sized vehicles the G.I. Joe Classified Series team can put out at retail, can put out as post-exclusives. It just allows the really big stuff to then just be HasLab products. So very exciting. That was definitely my biggest surprise of the year. And maybe my number two, my runner-up would be the Frozen Fudgy that came with Quick Kick. So good stuff from the G.I. Joe Classified Series team. What were some of your favorite surprises of this year? Judge Dreads, I have Mayfex Cyborg Superman, but was not really impressed with it. Why? Let me know why you didn't dig it. Phantasm Wolves, send the ice cream bar pics to your Insta. Thank you so much. GMJR30, my surprise figure was classic Wonder Woman. I set my alarm to make sure I got my pre-orders in. Do you have the figure yet, or are you still waiting for the pre-order to come? I see some people are actually getting it in already. Excuse me. A's Kid, biggest surprise, Retro Duke and Dark Sidious. Yeah, that Retro Duke is amazing. I just loved how great that figure is. Him and Scarlet, really well done. Hoping to see some more retro figures next year. Best retailer for me, I feel like Target has to win in terms of retail because they consistently had sales and just regular. Here's 20% off of this figure. Here is spend 100, get 25, spend 50, get $10 off sales throughout the year. Then they would have those big clearance deals where it was time to buy Masterverse figures. Oh shoot, you got JoJo Classified series on sale too. Great, I'll take them. Marvel Legends for half off. So that was great. And just throughout the whole year, just so many great sales. And of course, when they would hit clearance, these even better. So for me, it's definitely Target. And for the most part, when they had exclusives, it wasn't pulling my hair out a nightmare scenario. It was just like, cool, here's the exclusive. It's in store. I think the only disappointment was when you'd order it and then it would go on sale later, but they were really good. Of course, the price matching. So Target was great to me in this year in terms of going to a store. GameStop also had some great deals as well, but and then the random trips I would take to Walmart didn't really bear much fruit, so definitely want to put them on there. But Target, definitely my big winner on that for the retail spot or physical brick and mortar retail spot. For online, it really was all over. I mean, Amazon had some really good deals, but when Entertainment Earth had great sales, and especially when that shipping price was lowered, it was all money. It was like, yes, let me grab all this stuff. I will take that. So I had a ton of big Entertainment Earth boxes coming through. And I'm glad to see Hasbro post this. They're not my big retailer, but I love the fact that they decided to set up a clearance section. No, it wasn't as great as Ollie's or Ross, but the fact that they recognized some figures weren't selling, and in some cases, figures that were just hard to find at retail and put them for cheaper on their site was a good sign, good step in the right direction, I thought, because if that continues on through next year, that's a really good move, and we can get figures from there without having to try to hope for the best at an Ollie's or Ross or maybe even a Target. So that's good that another outlet is available for us to get figures cheaper. Jay Wood says, biggest surprise for me, unfortunately, was when the Marvel Legends Tarantula popped out of his plastic prison and suddenly fell apart. That is not good. Judge Dreads, it looks small for what you pay compared to other $100 figs. Okay, I can see that. Snake Eyes, no problem. I translated, I read it, and got you. David Thanos says, I think the big surprise of that Captain Carrot. Talk about coming out of left field, literally, with a character. It's such a fun looking figure, isn't it? 80s Kid best retailer for me is my local GameStop. Nice. Medieval Alchemist is with me. My biggest surprise was Vamp with Clutch. So great to see that, wasn't it? Love to do Lions BK. Looking forward to Hyatt Toys 6-inch Robocop 35th anniversary figure. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. I need the rest of the Clarence Boddicker's gang and Clarence Boddicker so I can decide which one to go with. Snake Eye says best imports figures that he doesn't have yet. Okay, the Ifrit figure. Got to see this figure, so amazing. I'll check it out. 80s Kid says best online is Big Bad Toy Store. G Brew, I think I bought maybe one figure at any Walmart all year. Yeah, Walmart's toy selection sucked. It was not great this year. Not a lot of fun. Jay Woods, cannot complain about the service I received from Nerd Zoic. That's good. David Thanos, I found Legends Greatest Hits for $6 each. I was able to return the ones I originally bought and save $50. That is what is like, wow, this is great. And I feel like every time I do that with Target, it's like, all right, I'm price matching, give me all this stuff. And it's like, you've got all these savings. And I'm like, all right, cool. Target, I'm going to use this money and buy some more stuff at your store. And that's just the way it works out. Like I used some credit from taking some Marvel Legend figures back, getting a price match, and I put my 4K Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 into the cart to go pick up tomorrow. So yeah, I'm with you on that, David. Lar A, sound reasoning with Target. They also have those circle dashboard offers, easy $390 purchases of anything, extra $30 credited to your account. I'm such a fan of Target, man. It's they do great work for me on that. Randall G, Entertainment Earth has a huge after Christmas sale right now. Retro Snake Eyes is awesome. I've been searching for the Chase Captain Carrot. I love that comic as a kid. Me too. Northern Nomad, dead or alive. You coming with me, sucker. Walmart is the unhappiest place on earth. Tom Finn, I'm with you. His kid, Walmart is Bantha Poodoo. Critical enjoyer. Most overrated is Figma. My Doom guy shoulder gun broke immediately. That's terrible. I hate when you get new figures and it's like, great. That was worthless. Excuse me. All right. So let's see. Was there anything else? Oh, yes, of course. There's another thing. So we'll do a preview of what we're most looking forward to in 2024 next live, because I wanted to just celebrate all the greatness. It was 2023 before we start looking ahead and going, oh, here's what's coming on the horizon that I cannot wait to get. Now, guys, GameStop, best retailer. David Thanos, oh man, you need to get that Mission Impossible on Black Friday. Target had that insane movie sale. I missed it. I didn't have my 4K player or TV until after Black Friday. So it wasn't even a thought, but they had a really good sale. So I was like, let's make that happen. And I did get a pretty decent deal. They have a sale right now, 20% off on movies. So I was like, let's run. I had a couple Target rewards. So not as cheap as Black Friday, but I didn't want to wait. I love that movie, one of my favorites from this year. So my wife didn't see it. So this weekend we're gonna watch it in 4K glory. Can't wait for that one. All right, so let's see here. Let me go on to another thing that I think it was pretty crazy and interesting to see. But first, let's go with this figure. Then I'm trying to figure out if this is the route I'm going to go or if I need to find another retailer. But Mayfex Poison Ivy, great looking figure. Love all the vine work we've got on her. That looks really great. All of it on her arms and her legs, the neck and the hair, and really good. I feel like for a minute, a lot of people were making Rogue Customs, Jim Lee versions using the DC Direct Poison Ivy from Hush. This figure is really nice looking. I can't wait to grab this one. Just a matter of when. Even got the briefcase. I love when Mayfex tries to go with accessories that make sense for the specific storyline. She's got swappable or alternate heads, a little smirk on one. Not a huge difference if you're not paying attention, but I like that they included it. She's got the money briefcase and even opens up. That's fun. And got the mind controlled Superman so you can pay off actually having those Ivy wraps around his neck and his wrist. That's really cool. And it's 109, so I don't know. Should I get her right now or wait a little bit longer? But let's break this down. The Hot Toys What If Sicarian Iron Man. This figure was a real shock to see them actually put out. They teased it as soon as the episode was over, so you knew it was coming. But this was wild that they did this. Got the cartoon Stark head in there, and oh man, I forgot his name, but the guy that they have doing the voice for Tony Stark is really doing an excellent job of channeling how Robert Downey Jr. sounds, and he's doing so great. I want to make sure I give him his credit. Mick Wingert, he's really doing an awesome version of Tony Stark through this MCU, and really great work on that. But this Tony Stark Sicarian armor is really involved. You see how much bigger it is compared to the regular standard size Tony Stark figure. So it's massive and has a ton of detail and a really cool figure. I wish it also had some way to do the other version. I'm not going to spoil it if y'all haven't seen it, but very cool. Lots of good work into this. Not going to buy it because I'm really steering away from all the extras, but you can see it on the side, on the back here, little teaser. And nice job with this head sculpt. It's giving you that animated look, but not so cartoonish that it couldn't work if you did want to do that style, that look. So really cool. This is not a really cheap figure though. It's $4.95, but it's not coming out until maybe October 24. You can take that maybe out. It's not going to come out until 2025. And they have March 2025 as the end of that range. I'd imagine that's when it's going to actually come out. You get it from my affiliated Sideshow Collectibles, and you got 8 payments, which you can start in May 5th, 2024 of 55.67. So not bad. You put down your $50 deposit right now. And I think if you paid at this payment plan rate, that's pretty decent. That's pretty affordable. And if you like it, you can get it without breaking the bank. And you got a little couple months to set aside some extra Christmas money, some bonus money, and get that figure without like, oh my gosh, I don't have this money on hand. So let's see what else you all were talking about. GMJR30, best pack for me was the Villains pack with Strife and X-Men 275 anniversary, especially if you were able to get those on clearance at Hasbro Pulse. Mayfex Poison Ivy doesn't have a bum. I'm so disappointed. I mean, gotta expect that at this point. G Brew, I've got that Poison Ivy sitting in my pile of loot. Nice. $109. Critical Enjoy. I feel like you can get them all over at different price points, and that's just the base standard. Now, the trick with Mayfex figures is you can play that game of waiting for them to blink and lower the price, and maybe she'll get as low as $70. And then she could also go the other way. And that's when you want to avoid. So it's a real delicate game, a real delicate balance, but hopefully you can get it if you want it for cheaper than that. Jay Wood says, hey, chat, please click the like button. Thank you. Thank you for those of you who already did. I appreciate y'all. JMJR says, shout out to Mayfex for re-releasing Hush Soups and Psylocke. Henry G, hey, Jeff, didn't know you were such a Hot Toys fan. Yeah, I've got a pretty solid right to the side. Got my Star Wars Hot Toys collection, the DCEU, Dawn of Justice, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. I don't think I need to get any of the other ones because, got a lot of Avengers. That was what really sucked me into Hot Toys and just a huge rabbit hole. And I've got Star Wars figures too, so it's a lot. And I really dig the quality of their work. They're not cheap, but if you take advantage of those payment plans, it doesn't hit so hard. And ponder the question, what if? Henry G, I've got Ivy sitting in my private warehouse over on HLJ. Nice. Robert, this is like Jeff Foxworthy toy collecting. If you ever finance a Sicarian Armor Iron Man, you might be a nerd. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to go with that thing. Is, geez, I don't have that money lying around. I'm not buying a figure, but if you did, nice. You paid $78.47 on HLJ for Ivy. What is the shipping rate for her? Because that's always the trick when you go to those import retailers. So please let me know what that was, because I'd love to know if that's not a ridiculous price. HLJ is legit. So yeah, there's definitely a good way to go without having to pay $109. Big Bad Toy Store is a little bit more expensive than most retailers, but if that's your only recourse, they're not terrible. So I guess that's it for this one. Henry G, hit me up, let me know about that shipping, because I'm definitely curious on that. But thank you all so much for hanging with me on this final live. Maybe we'll see if I do another one on Saturday. Who knows? But thank you so much for hanging out on the regularly scheduled Thursday night live. I have so much fun doing this. Thank you all for sticking with me through football season, which is almost over in terms of TNF football. So hopefully we'll see some more people hanging out with us later on in the next few weeks. But I hope you all have an awesome New Year's Eve celebration. Stay safe. Don't do anything too crazy. I want to see every one of you all back on here in 2024. So thank you as always for hanging out with me on Thursdays and the rest of the crew, being respectful to everyone. I really appreciate that, because that makes this whole community work. Hope you all have a good one. For now, this episode, possibly for the last time in 2023, this episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.